This is it.
That's it.
Oh no! It's a Penance.
Oh. This is awful. This is the worst news of the day.
I'll say.
This is awful. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Penance or Reward. Ryan here, Matt here. We are back from quite a journey we had tonight. We got the dreaded Christmas Carol. What is the story of Jim Carrey's 2009's A Christmas Carol? Brief summary.
Ebenezer Scrooge is an angry Scrooge-like character who is really grumpy and hates everybody and is very selfish and likes his money to himself. He is visited on the 7th anniversary of the death of his business partner, who basically tells him, like, you need to atone for your sins and be a better person or else the world is going to get worse. And he's visited by three spirits, the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, who show him his past, present, and future and demonstrate that he needs to change his ways. And then he learns his lesson and happy ending. That's the story of A Christmas Carol is what I described.
Yes.
But the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol includes interludes of him flying and falling and slipping and sliding all around London town.
It's a real wild ride. It's like that question in Jurassic Park. It's like they didn't ask if they should.
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
And I would argue that's the question we tackle here in A Christmas Carol.
Well, also, I mean, because they couldn't either, though, is the
they
problem.
They also could not. Before we even get into any of that, Matt, did you like the movie?
No. God, no.
No?
No.
Why not?
This is easily the worst of the Jim Carreys I think we've watched. Would you agree with that?
I have to take a pause, because I gotta think.
You think about that. I'll talk. It's boring. It's incredibly boring, and we have to watch the whole movie through this terrible lens of, like, weird mocap animation. Oh, now they're watching Christmas Present through the floor in Scrooge's apartment. Like, what do you have to say?
Yeah, it's probably the worst movie we've had on the show so far. You're right, it was boring in many scenes, it was bland in many scenes, but it also came out during the very early stages of 3D movies and theaters coming back.
Yes.
Right after Avatar and stuff, so it was a lot of effects that were like, whoa! Like things flying at the screen, like, whoa!
Big spooky skeleton hand points at the camera a few times.
Skeleton hand points at the camera, he grabs Scrooge. I don't really know what the movie was made for, because it's like, you have the regular base of A Christmas Story that they follow, and then they just decide to spice it up more by having Scrooge fly through the air and get launched and get tiny and have things fly at the camera, and it just looks bad, and it doesn't add a lot to it. It doesn't really make it exciting, because then after you're done flying through the air, you're back to the regular story, and it's boring.
Literally smash through the wall into the normal story, and we're back to boring.
You're just like, was that necessary, guys? Did we really need that?
But that brings me to the other big problem with this movie, which is there's just no character to it. It's such a bland telling of A Christmas Carol. They're just playing it totally straight, and they're not bringing any creativity to the table.
Of course, in the Christmas Carol movie, Scrooge is visited by three ghosts. In this universe, they're all played by Jim Carrey, which, fine. We love Jim Carrey. This is a Jim Carrey show. But in this version, it's Jim Carrey as a man who's a candle.
Candle man. Ashley actually said, "I love the candle man."
What's the guy? Lumiere. What's the guy from?
Lumiere. Yeah, that's right.
It's like fucked up Lumiere, and like giant Father Christmas.
Which that one is actually pretty. That's what the character's supposed to look like. They didn't really.
And then he's Death at the end, which I think is still canon.
That
but
is also correct.
This one they kind of fucked with it, and they added some weird action scenes.
He's a shadow now.
Jen asked, did Jim actually add anything to this movie?
I would say he's providing some of the only stuff there of substance.
Yeah. He plays, like we mentioned, he plays all the ghosts, and he does try some accents and stuff. Whether they're whether they land and they're good is up for debate, I think.
Christmas Past's voice, I don't know what he was doing there.
It's kind of Irish, but
like I can't even do an impersonation because it was so strange.
Let's see another Christmas.
There's a part of this movie where it's a famous part of the book where he introduces the two children, which are ignorance and want, and he tells like you have to beware them both in life because if you let them grow up, they'll like ruin your life. They'll like strangle your life, you know. And in this movie, they elect to have Father Christmas present Jim Carrey laugh and die. He grows really old and dies.
yeah.
And then the two children immediately grow up.
Prisons?
Are there no workhouses?
And then the ghost of Christmas Present continues laughing and becomes a laughing skeleton that still has Jim Carrey's face. And then he turns to dust like as if Thanos snapped. And that all happens within the span of about 25 seconds, would you say?
It's chaotic. It assaults your senses.
Yes.
Matt, final thoughts. What do you think? Give us some stars. What are we thinking?
Misguided and bad. This movie doesn't really have anything to offer, and I think that's probably the real reason no one's talked about it, because even the people who did see it didn't have enough to say about it to get other people to check it out. And I'm gonna go crazy here. 1 star.
Wow. 1 star. He
1
did
star.
it. He did it.
I did it.
He did it.
I did it.
He did it.
I did it.
I'm gonna say this movie, well, it's a video game cutscene. It's not done well. It's almost masturbatory in the way it adds its effects. It's like, we can make him fly in the air. We can make him, the arm come out the wall. We can make him fly at your face. And it's just like, guys, please, I'm just trying to watch a Christmas movie, guys.
So many times that the camera just sweeps through the shot and then settles with like one giant object blocking a part of the frame.
It's just the visuals that ruined it. If the visuals were better, this movie probably would have been fine.
Yeah.
Because Jim Carrey's good. Jim
Yeah.
Carrey's alright.
You could carry it if it weren't for the visuals pulling him down.
But why do they gotta make Bob so fucking weirdly sized in the background?
Why was he like 4 feet tall in
He
some
was
scenes?
tiny.
So how many stars were you
I was conflicted because throughout I wanted to give it 2 stars, but it was so bad I think I gotta give it 1.
That was my exact dilemma.
Because I was like, at least it's a competent movie. If it was a total mess that didn't make sense, I would give it 1 star.
Our 1 star.
1 star for you, Mr. Christmas Carol, Mr. Scrooge. We'll be off next week. We'll be back the week after that for another exciting adventure. Hopefully a little bit better than this time. This has been Penance or Reward, Ryan,
Matt.
and have a busy night, America. Wear your mask.